It's the official NRL Fantasy Podcast.
Hello and welcome to the official NRL Fantasy Podcast. I'm your host, Paulie G, and Jamal O'Reilly joins me, as does Luke Seifley. How are we?
Very good. Pretty decent round this round, so it's...
Happy with that?
Yeah, it's okay, yeah.
Go Carraz.
Could have gone better.
Yeah, I missed out on...
How's your Carraz stock going?
Well, I've got Carraz regret. I had him, and then he got injured, and sold him, and ran out of trades to bring him back.
It's a property, mate. Your property made the graphic anyway.
Fullback, though, spoiler alert, that might hurt him.
That's why I led with it.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
There's a lot of interesting team news, so stay tuned, but also get your questions in. We're going to answer them after all our previews are done. And any other takeaways from the round, Andrew?
I want more from Teddy. I want more. He's doing a lot, but not scoring a lot. I want more from him. Not this week against...
I was going to say, is it just tough matchups?
Not this week against Manly, please, but yeah, I don't know. I thought, yeah.
Luke?
AFB. I think it's the mids really. It's the mids that are the.
Which mids are going to go? Do you swap to a Joel if because he's performing?
I did bring up the great man, the great Titans mid, but
does it every year just for little moments?
Yeah, I mean, but I guess the question is Haas now, really.
Yeah, big question. I'm sure we'll get to it when we get.
A lot of people were projected bringing him in. I think a lot of people got spooked and actually reverse traded.
Yeah, I reckon a lot of people are going to be bringing him up this week. All right, let's get to our first game. It's Parramatta Eels taking on the Melbourne Storm. And the way Parramatta are playing, Andrew, this should actually be a very good game, whereas maybe a month or two ago we would have thought a Storm easy win.
Well, I've been saying it a couple of weeks now. I really like where they're at in their rebuild, if you will.
Yeah.
They're looking really good. And obviously Riles can coach, and they've blooded a lot of young players this year, got rid of a few people, and they're looking really good. I like watching them play. Obviously, Moses being in helps
of course.
Immensely. Crazy how good he is for that side. Obviously, it's no surprise, but they're a different team with him there. They're playing really well, really well.
Luke, I love every year or every season about this time of year when you get teams that have been a bit down and out, but then they sort of come home with the wet sail, because fantasy-wise, that's when you can key in on guys like Lomax, who I know Andrew's already got, but there's a few there. Charlie Guyman's playing well, Jack Williams. Yeah. So if you wanted to go an Eels player, even Joash Paulie, well, you could.
100%. I think even shout out Floggy's man Lomax came good as well. Got another 50.
Yeah. Well, Andrew got him the other
day. Yeah, a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, have not had any regrets getting him.
I'll tell you what. Hot take: is Mitchell Moses the most influential player in the NRL?
Well, he's up there. I think any one of the big
I think he makes a very
halfbacks.
Compelling case this year.
Yeah, all those big halfbacks.
As soon as he got injured out of Origin 1, did another game.
Well, we'll find out how important your number 7 is in this game, because Jerome Hughes, of course, out.
Yep.
You just beat me with my segues, Paulie.
Oh, sorry, mate. I thought you set it up for me.
I was lining it up for you, in Stockton style, and there it is. So.
Yeah. So Tyron Wishart, I wouldn't mind picking him up.
Really?
If you went Hughes to Wishart and saved some cash, what are your thoughts?
He's pezzed in the 18.
He is. He's number 4.
That's a lot of moving parts for mine. I think that Pezzett might just play halfback, and with Wishart just staying on his bench role. Obviously, he's done enough to become the halfback, but I just feel like his impact.
At least it's first game.
Yeah.
We'll know the hour before kick-off. We don't need to overthink it.
I'm not sold on him starting halfback, but I think I know. Looking at some back rows, I like the look of Katoa, because I need to move on from Feketi, so I'm looking at Katoa from the Storm.
Yeah, just worried now with Hughes not feeding him the ball.
Yep.
Whether you got to go to more like a Preston or someone like that instead.
Yeah.
You brought in Harry Grant?
Yep.
He should do more. Munster and Pappenhausen back. So that will take some of the pressure off what Grant had to deal with last week once Hughes went down. But still, I'd imagine Harry will be playing far more up-tempo, what we saw in that second half, basically.
I think last week was one of the best games I've seen him ever play. I think that was one of his
club games, it's amazing.
He just single-handedly beat the Roosters.
Get on my back, boys.
That was such a critical loss for them. They really should have won that game. And he just simply didn't allow Melbourne to lose.
Yeah, it was-
Seriously, he was doing everything. He was doing
Well, it was
playmaking.
0 after about 18 minutes, and he scored a 73.
We were talking about it. I mean,
He scored 73 in 60 minutes.
So you were with me at the start of the game. You said, "What's a good trade?" And you're like, "Oh, Luke. Well, you win some, you lose some." And then
I was like,
literally 25 minutes in-
maybe Connor should have been the option, Luke. And then later, I was like, no.
Well, full
Harry
disclosure,
was all right.
5 minutes before kickoff, I changed from Watson to Grant. So
Good
I
move.
reversed it and went the other one. So we'll see how we go. But I think, again, to your point, I think he's going to do a lot this week. I think from here on in, if they're going to do anything the rest of the way till Hughes gets back in the prelim or GF,
Yeah.
he has to basically play the best 6-7 games of his career, really, I think.
If you don't have a backup to Clark, he's a good option.
Yep.
Let's talk Warriors and the Dolphins. And of course, the Warriors, a bit of an upset loss to the Titans last week. Andrew, and the Dolphins coming off a bye. This won't be an easy game either.
No, I don't. I mean, I don't hate the Dolphins in this one. They're really good form. They're hard to defend against, and obviously
they need to win.
they need to win. And the Warriors, I mean, they're getting the wobbles, aren't they? Like, understandably, they've got some big names out.
And more this week. So
Yep.
if you haven't seen the team list yet, you've got guys like Valmunga now starting at prop with no Fisher Harris. Healy, very young and inexperienced at hooker with no
So
Wade
Egan is
Egan.
out.
And then Lussick is on the bench, will help out. And then Tulpiki's had to come in as well on the bench. So this is tough.
At least Aaron Clark's playing. That's our one
For now.
For now, that's our one
I
saving
feel like
grace.
they're running out of gas.
They are, of course they are.
You know, the Newcastle game was an incredible game. Don't get me wrong, but really, they really shouldn't have got out of that game.
Is Tanner Boyd still a buy, or now are you just thinking, it's just too risky because they could?
He'll still do everything for the team, the playmaking. It's just the question of if you're going to get him, how much do you buy the Warriors going forward?
Yeah, well, Jackson Ford's the other one who could get a really big
100%.
score this week just with that forward.
They just feel like they're on fumes to me a little bit, these guys. Especially with that JFH name this week is massive.
And meanwhile, the Dolphins have now had that bye. So if you missed out on Herbie earlier in the year, you could still get him. Or Katoa's a great trade in for Hughes, a straight swap. And then you've got a guy like Lemielu, who had a great game 2 weeks ago, still starting.
Well, it's such a massive game for them because Manly and Roosters play each other.
Someone's got to lose.
Someone's got to lose. So,
Yeah.
so for example, if Roosters lose, they're 4 points. They're going to be 4
Yep.
points away.
Yeah.
And if Manly lose, it gives
Dolphins need to
Either
win
way,
this
if Dolphins get up, they're going to get breathing room. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, they need to
a
win
Manly
this.
loss, and they'll be.
I think
a
at
long
the end of
way.
the year, this game will ultimately decide whether the Dolphins make the
I think
eight.
my hottest take of this game is I think Herbie's a massive captaincy shout this round.
I
Wow.
don't hate it.
I think
Yeah.
I could really see him doing some massive damage to this Warriors team.
You'd be running up against Kurt Capewell in the centres.
Slippery. Just that he's just got that game, that sideways grab. He
sideways,
does
yeah.
5
Yeah, what is
fens
it,
and
8
just
o'clock
mate.
over
I'm
there?
telling you, he's
Jag a couple of tries.
Heard it here first.
I'm just saying. I think he's if you're looking to try and get up some and go against the grain, I think he's a massive shout this week.
Let's talk the Broncos and the Rabbitohs. It is the 8 p.m. game, and another team hit hard by injury is South Sydney, Andrew. And they get Jamie Humphries back. That will help. But this team's a shadow of
Yeah, I mean-
the team list we knew from round one.
Yeah, look elsewhere. I don't know.
Yeah.
Poor Lewis Dodd. I don't know. Like,
Hubner had a good game. Ryan Gray had a good game.
Yeah.
And Ewan Aitken
I mean,
still
I
solid.
was there on Saturday night, and they tried their guts out, but they're just no troops.
Yeah, it's
No
just
troops.
hard week to week to
Yep,
know.
yep.
And
The
Talis
worst-
Duncan's a definite sell if you
The
didn't
worst thing
already.
that could happen to them was Parramatta upsetting Broncos.
What did you think with the Reece Walsh performance? Because people brought him in last week.
But again, I think people are just like, that's who he is.
Yeah, okay.
He did okay,
He's
right?
okay.
Got a good score.
He got a good score.
Like, some days I think when he's at his absolute prime and he's actually figured it out, he's going to be that kind of player. He's going to get an 80
Yep.
or he's going to get a 30.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
No,
just-
I didn't hate it. Like he's always wanting the ball. He's a very good player. And
I just hate this narrative about everyone goes he has to rein it in, but that's Reece
no, he
Walsh.
doesn't. No, he doesn't. I love it.
Yeah,
I love it. Like it's
great. I
and
think it's
it's gonna. Yeah, like you said, it's going to click for him one day, and everyone watch out. They'll win a comp. They'll win a comp.
fantasy wise, that you have to when you buy. It's a
You're
buy.
getting
It's a
him on the
buyer's
cheap.
beware.
Yeah,
You're getting
buyer's
him on the
beware.
cheap.
Yeah.
If he does well, he does well, but you can't just expect. He's not going to be like a Carraz or a type where he's just averaging 50.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I was
he's not
with
going to
him-
get it every week.
I was with him when we scored the negatives. I'm with you, Reece.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, of course, Selwyn Cobbo's back as well, speaking of guys that have upside. And then I need to ask you both about Payne Haas.
Yeah.
As owners, should we be worried? Is this the week that, I'm thinking of captaining him, to be honest.
Well, you could get a spell. Again.
That's the only thing.
You could get another spell.
Andrew's point, that's the only thing I'll be worried about.
What did Madge say, though, in the post-game? Wasn't he keen to get him more minutes? Rather
Yeah,
than
but he also, I think, I forget the exact phrasing, but he says like a temperamental injury.
Okay.
Like I feel like he's not worried about him, but he feels like this is all part and parcel of just. But again, he's like Wolverine, mate. He's on one leg, he gets a 70.
Yeah.
And if you're going to captain him, what you're banking on is in that first stint he has, they just blow these guys off the park. He gets a try.
Try assist.
A couple of big try assists or offload try assists.
Line break,
and then with 20 to go, he comes off, but he's already got you a 75, 80. Because once he scores a try, he goes from a
up.
65 to an 80 straight away.
Okay.
I like it, Paul, but I think the only thing we have to tell our people that are watching is that, again, respectfully,
Yeah.
I think if Madge doesn't get a good performance out of these guys this week,
Yeah.
I think he's going to be very concerned.
I did a deep dive from the past 3 seasons, and unfortunately, Payne Haas's average drops considerably post-origin every year.
Yeah, we did.
One of them he was out. One of them he was injured.
It's probably load management. Load management. He's played a lot of football for the past couple of years.
I think the question is with Hart, because it will dominate our show and our questions, is that if you do have him, it is what it is, because he's just...
You're just hoping for that 90.
He's just Wolverine. He's going to keep... But I think if you were planning on bringing him in, you have to... You
almost have to think of it. There's so few trades left and so much money to pay for him. You almost have to think, how can I make this work elsewhere?
That's right.
I don't know about that.
Almost.
I don't know. It's harsh.
It is hard. But I'm just saying, but people with 3 or 4 trades because of the salary.
This will make or break people's seasons.
That's right.
Right, in fantasy.
Whether
Haas... You go Haas or not, whether he goes well or just.
Think of like a Cookie, right? If Cookie brought him in,
could be the difference between a top 1,000.
At half time, they go, oh, they're up 26-4, and Madge goes, oh, he's not coming on again.
That's right.
So just got to think about that.
The Titans take on the Panthers Saturday afternoon at 3 p.m. A good win for Gold Coast last week. They needed that for Desi's 500th. But Penrith, they're soldiering on. What is it, 7 in a row?
7 in a row.
So it's going to be tricky for Gold Coast to back it up. One guy who we're hoping keeps going well though is Jaden Campbell. He's in my team and huge score.
I've got a bit of FOMO with him. I haven't picked him up, and he just keeps going from strength to strength. Doesn't matter win, lose or draw. He's always performing right.
There's a lot of ways for success for him, because even if they're behind, he's doing a lot of the kicking, etc. But when they get on a roll and he's goal kicking and he's setting up tries and making those long distance runs, like a couple of times he just got in open space.
Yep.
Line break, a lot of run meters, tackle breaks.
It was a good week to have him, considering he was in the news a lot last week for certain, around rumblings around the team. And all of a sudden he goes, all right, I'll show you what I'm made of.
And then
it was almost a bit of a window shop, you know what I mean, for him in a lot of ways. So.
And then our man Jamin Joel have showed what he can do when he gets the minutes.
Well, again,
should get them again.
I'm a massive fan. I think if you go and do a bit of research on him, especially like this time when the minutes are available for him, he's a very, very handy player to have.
And they'll need him against that Penrith pack. So, go for more. Are you worried, Andrew?
No. I mean, there aren't too many other options. That's not true, but
you've got him.
You've got him, and his upside's awesome.
Yeah,
his upside's awesome.
Well, Penrith, if you didn't get Isaiah Yeo last week, Luke, I think he's probably the number one target.
First guy. Yeah. That's what I was saying before, not to get back to Haas, but I was saying if you're going to bring those guys in, I think you have to bring him in first.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because...
Well, that was an excellent score.
Well, I'll give it, again, I'm full of hot takes today. I think they make the 4.
Yeah, I think so too.
You're probably right.
Yeah.
I could see them easily win the next 6 games.
I think
they win the next 6 games, they're going to be in the 4.
I think they win enough that the Warriors...
They do have a tough back end of the year. It doesn't matter so much, but they're spending a lot of gas now, and a lot of people are looking over their shoulders. It's Penrith, of course, but it's not as clear cut. But I don't think that's a spicy take.
What's your thoughts on Dylan Edwards? Could he be a good trade in, even after now raising quite a bit in cash with a couple of big scores back to back?
Well, yeah, like I think they're going to keep winning. He's going to keep scoring tries, and he doesn't make mistakes, and he works hard.
He's still 675. It's still okay.
Yeah, it's not too bad. Like I wanted more from Teddy. I might look elsewhere.
Well, back to Mollers' chat about there's been a lot of gas. The only thing that kind of benefits him too is that if they do manage Cleary and Yo in certain weeks, he takes a lot more responsibility. Whenever he's the sole guy,
He does a
his
lot.
fantasy numbers are ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't mind it. I also don't mind captaining Cleary this week.
Oh,
against the
well,
Titans.
we said it last week, when we said if he gets a good score this week, I think he's back on the table going forward.
Yep.
But he had to goal kick,
Yeah.
and he had to be doing all the general, and that's exactly what he did.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
welcome aboard.
Get your questions in. We're going to answer them very soon, but right now more previews. And 5:30, it is down in the Gong at Wynn Stadium, Dragons v the Raiders. And, well, mathematically they can still get this in George Illawarra, but it's going to take a big turnaround, and it all starts here against the top of the table Raiders.
Real tough for them, isn't it? They've lost a lot of close ones this year, the old Dragons. They just can't seem to get over the line. I think they're just maybe a year off it. But, yeah, tough team to play against, tough team to tip against.
No, Sewer's just killer.
Yeah.
Well, that's the shout.
Yeah.
Matty, friend of the show, said, I'm liking Sewer.
Yeah.
And I said to him, you just can't risk it because unfortunately he has a tendency to get injured, but I didn't expect it would
I
happen
just don't know
30 minutes later.
Without him, I just don't know where their points are coming from. Unless Sully just decides to be Superman.
It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough, and it's hard to really go anywhere with Dragons.
Yeah.
But Raiders players, on the other hand,
What's Cookie doing? He's still kind of relevant, isn't he?
Well, 37
I've kind
last week.
of like, yeah.
The problem Damien has is the guy that's on the bench. Is that when Jacob Little comes on,
They look
so
they
much
look
better.
really good.
Cook's playing a lot of middle
Yeah.
third these
Yeah.
days.
But it's not helping him. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's not helping his fantasy score.
No. Yeah, I think Fogarty, for those that held the faith, they're really
Yep, I'm happy.
paying
I'm
reaping
happy.
the rewards,
Yep,
right?
yep,
So
happy
that
with
was
that.
excellent. I think Hudson Young is still good for people that have the cash to bring him in. I think Zach Hosking's great. Corey was really down. Now, I don't know if that's just an off week, but if you did hold him through sort of the last bye, maybe you've got to get off him before the next one.
I think so.
Ricky is definitely not redlining all his main middles.
Well, Tarpanay's the other worry.
Yep.
I own Tarpanay, but what are you thinking, Luke? Is he a bit of a potential sell, or do you think you just got to hold him
This
through
goes
the
back
bye?
to our AFB chat. I mean, if you've got less than 3 or 4 trade, I don't really think you can.
Well, they've both got buys coming up, so they
Yeah.
both could still be on the chopping block at
Yeah, well, I moved on from Tarps before their last buy just because I think he was losing a fair bit of cash, and the 2 buys scared me. So I'm kind of happy with that.
Yeah, if
He's
you
obviously a gun. And
He'll have another 70 games.
Yeah, he will.
He'll have a 70.
will.
It could be this week, so we're not saying
You've got the
necessarily
trades
selling.
go for him. I don't know
But
if
yeah.
you've got 3 or 4, because a lot of people only got 3 or 4.
He's
Yeah, I mean,
probably
that's-
lost too
yeah,
much money
yeah.
now. You're probably better off just holding.
Well, I think that's how I'm with AFB at the moment.
Yeah. Well, let's talk the big one, Manly v the Roosters. It's all on the line. You two guys will be definitely watching on the edge of your seats, so we'll shout out Brad Preston, because as a Roosters fan,
NRL.com Cup.
yeah, that was tough for Roosters supporters, I've got to say, on Thursday night.
Great game.
Yeah.
Great game.
I think they were both tough games to watch, to be honest, for different reasons. I feel like Roosters kind of really should have won the game, but I think the other game, I feel like they were never really. I think that was Canterbury's best game they played all year.
And the
They're
frustrating,
untouchable. Like, you can't beat them when they play.
the
like
frustrating thing is both these teams have got outside backs that are so
Yeah, it was
critical to
brutal.
our fantasy team.
Yeah.
So Nwangani Tawaze, Ruben Garrick, even the fact that Turbo, it was still a good score, but he was 33 at half time.
Well, it's
so you wanted more.
It's funny with Mark Wright and Garrick, is that when Mark basically got stranded of any ball, and then as soon as, again, not point out the negative stuff, but as soon as Saab dropped that ball in the first half, you knew straight away Canterbury, Matt Burns like, yeah, I'm going there all day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what happened was
Gary.
They kept coming in to get the ball, and again, not to be on the negative, but that forward pass call
Yeah.
turned the
So
whole
many things,
fantasy round for a lot of people, because they were banking on him getting a 40, 45.
Yeah.
And he
Kicking
got
a few
20.
more goals.
Yeah.
You only had one shot and it was hit.
Yeah,
the post.
it's just
right
little
on the
things like that.
sideline.
Just
Yeah,
turn
you would have thought that game, I mean, especially what we saw last year in those encounters the two teams played.
Doggies were super fired up.
It
was a big game
That's the
for
best game
30
they've played all
years.
year.
Yeah.
That's their best game all
Yeah,
year.
they
If
were
they play that the rest of the way, they can win the comp.
The 95 reunion.
Yep.
Um,
You just got to give credit to them. Like even if I was a Turbo, I wouldn't be too worried. I mean,
so Garrick and Tavanga a sells, or do you just hold Garrick hoping that, well, he's so low in price now, you'll turn it around?
Oh, I'm just gonna hold the loop. Really, to be honest,
Yeah.
I'll just.
His four round average will be like he'll have a big score soon.
If you
He
sold,
usually does.
He
We
usually
just saw
does.
Carraz get a massive
Exactly.
score.
So
Garrick has the same
he,
upside.
he's got that in him.
I feel
He's
like
got
if
that
you
in him.
sold before the Storm game, you justify. But I feel like if you've held through the Storm and the Dogs game, because mate, to be honest, what are you going to get? Like these two teams are like the werewolf, right? You don't know
Well,
what
we
you're
don't
going to
know.
get. Roosters could come out looking amazing, or it could just be a 38-34 game. This could be points galore.
I think that's probably more to.
That's what I'm saying, but that
Well,
helps.
if you've got
Garrick.
a Drinkwater
That
who
helps
plays
Garrick.
later in the round, then you can just put Garrick down at 18th, loop him, and then play Drinkwater unless Garrick goes off. and gets a bit
I could see a scenario here where all the backline players for both teams get 50s.
Yep.
I'm holding the faith. And it's partly because I've got very little trades.
Well, yeah, I moved on from him in a long time. I chose between him or Turbo, and sorry, Ruben, I'm always going to pick Turbo.
And then the Roosters, you've still got guys like Crichton, I think, still a buy. We're watching Wong. I think Connor Watson's still a buy.
Yeah, I picked him up.
That was a bit annoying. He had to move to the halves, but Savala's back this week.
It's fine. Fiketti on the bench now, isn't he? So he's probably moving
Sell
on from
him.
him. Moving on.
Brutal. Absolutely
Just do it.
brutal.
Just get rid of him now. Why he's worth? You know, he made good money. He can't
Brutal.
complain. West Tigers v the Bulldogs, and another big clash. I tell you what, for this desk, I feel like the West Tigers are going to be up for it. I just
feel like it
really
too.
feel like they're going to be right up for this one.
I know that. I think the Tigers, they are hunting a top 8 spot. They probably won't get there, Paulie, but I feel like if they can get it together, if they can jag one win, then you never know what happens. Like,
You talking about this year or next year?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Paulie,
You know, I'm not
that's-
confident, but I know that they're going to put a lot of effort into
that's
this game.
outrageous.
And
they're
last
hunting.
week,
Come on,
Yeah, okay, I'm hunting Powerball too.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's
Oh,
okay.
I've got to check
We can be
that.
hunting.
we got to be in it to win it. And I'm telling you, Paulie, don't be so negative.
this is what I'm thinking in regards to what happened last week. The West Tigers actually put in one of their best performances of the year, but kind of like your boys against Bulldogs, they just met a red-hot side, and it was close for quite a considerable amount of the game, and then Penrith really
Yeah, but
kicked
also
it.
too, you got to remember the week before it was such an emotional win too.
That's right.
Just like Manly with Storm, like it was such an upset, and everyone goes,
So now-
oh, and then you have the letdown. So again,
That's
like
right.
I said,
Tigers up, Bulldogs down.
Bulldogs were
No
so
Tracy.
fired up, like, so they go up against the team now.
Yeah.
Everyone expects them to win. Carraz's fullback. You just never know.
Combank. You just never know.
During Buller's back, Paulie.
Well, they're big ins. Bull's
in.
back and Samuela and Samuela Finu. They're two big ins for them.
yep.
And Royce Hunt back on the bench. I'm glad to see that he's getting another
Got a lot of
opportunity.
got a lot of size on the bench now, which is good.
Well, they're going the reverse Bulldogs, right? Who like to play small ball.
Yeah, that's right.
Dewey was a great pickup
Yeah,
for people.
yeah. And just the dual position helps as well. So I don't know with Latu though. Is he a sell or do you just hold him one more week?
I mean,
I like
again,
coming up.
He's not the problem is he's not playing halfback.
He didn't even
anymore.
play 80.
He's not playing halfback anymore.
I'd probably
That's the
sell
problem.
him.
It's Luai's running the team. See, with those weeks when he got the good scores, Luai was out one, and Luai the other week gave him the reign of the team. Now it's Luai running the team now.
And we've buried the lead because Lockie Galvin obviously up against his old club. I think he's a fantasy pickup if you have the traits.
he touched the ball a lot against Manly.
Another 50 odd.
He's going to get more comfortable. I don't hate it.
I'll be very interested to see. I don't know.
Great to see for Jacob Preston owners.
Yeah,
He's really he's turned the corner now.
Bounced back, didn't he?
And they worked him too. Every time he didn't get any attacking stat. It was all just tackles.
Yeah.
And
Makes a
he stood up
difference.
to it too. Though
He's a good player.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
I don't know this week. Yeah, I think.
You think just watch
I think-
one
I
more.
think
But if he
you're-
gets another 50, would you then say let's get him?
I would not be surprised if your guys go. You might win the war, but win the battle.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You're gonna work
Not letting
all
you
the
beat us.
traffic, all
Not
the
letting
traffic.
you beat us.
Well, mate, imagine the storyline.
Well, good for Burton owners.
What about Jacob Kiddaz at fullback, Paulie? We
Yeah, good
worried?
question.
We worried?
So the issue is that you're worried about is that if he's actually at fullback, is he going to get those same big kick returns. Like that's where he gets a lot.
I think
of points.
he might, but like he won't be able to. He won't be obviously on the wing finishing off tries. And you've got two.
Tries, yeah.
You know, like that's
the problem is he gets all his points off the first run, not the kick return.
Yeah.
So his points are the fullback when he gets the ball, he comes around, does that first run, offload, first run,
broken
offload.
tackle, yeah.
This one here, if they're doing kicking up, and I think Tigers will do that, they'll kick up the middle.
I wonder if Stephen Crichton will spend some time.
Yeah, that's what I said to you before the show started. Very interested though, because again, shout out Connor Tracy played the game of his life last week. He literally busted a gut.
Yeah.
So shout out to him.
It's a big loss.
Big loss, but man, credit to him. He played really well.
Sharks v the Cowboys is the 4 p.m. game this Sunday, and you were saying earlier, Andrew, the rematch of last year's
semi,
that knocked out North Queensland.
That's right. A bit of a bad blood. They've had a couple of run-ins in the semis, haven't they, past couple of years? So should be interesting. Get a bit of revenge for the Cowboys. Don't like the chances, but
well, I like Tom Dearden. I like Tom Dearden's chances. If you want to bring him in, wow, how's he gone the last few weeks? He's killed it.
I don't know, Andrew. I don't know. This game's a little bit weird to me.
It is. It is.
They win a lot of games when Clifford plays.
Just Cowboys. Just the defence is optional at the moment.
I'm keen on Drinkwater. I'm even keen on I still own Purdue. He might have a good game. Robson, Bateman, Cotter.
Yeah, I mean, they've got a lot of fantasy guys.
Sharks were in a dogfight with the South New South Wales Cup side. I mean,
that's their attitude. Surely Fitz will fix it.
I don't know,
like I said, keep saying it every week. They're a good team. Something's got to happen.
What's their style of play? They don't.
But historically, when these two match up, it's always.
It'll be close.
It's always a good game.
Good if you went McInnes instead of AFB, because he's the one that AFB. I don't know. Do we always? You know, what are we going to do with him? Do we just have to keep him?
Yeah. Maybe it's a good matchup this week. It's a good matchup. I mean, I said that last week because it was against South. But yeah, it's a good matchup. Hopefully he fires up. He hasn't scored a try in a while, has he?
No.
Usually pumps his stats up a little bit.
No.
Yeah, I mean, he's still getting 40s. I mean, I just don't.
Just hold him and hope he gets over the injury. Clearly he's playing hurt. Yeah. Once he gets over that.
The question is, who are you going to?
There's no.
Everyone was going to Tino, and that just ruined me. So
that's why I'm just like I'm not.
That's what I mean.
Because you trade in the guy like Sewell this week.
Yeah.
You know.
Yep.
And then our producer Tom Leake, he's keen on his countryman John Bateman.
Not bad.
So had a good game last week at 53. All right, questions time. Get them in because I reckon a lot of people will still, well, obviously they'll have a few trades left, but they might be wanting to use them.
Yeah.
Stephen Bahi, hey guys, Latu Fainu, has he had his time and a cheap mid-half to replace him? Maybe Tanner Boyd. Wow. Yes, Fainu is a sell.
I think he's a sell, but do we need a mid-price half? Can't we go even cheaper and save some money somewhere else?
Well, yeah, it's tough. I don't know about Boyd now after that loss last week. It really throws a cat amongst the Boyd pigeons, doesn't it?
Well, Stephen, how about Latu to McEwen?
Well,
sorry,
he did
McEwen.
okay.
No, Newcastle got the bye. What's the other one
Ryan
we're talking
Gray.
about? No,
Joash.
Papali. We can't because he's on the extended, isn't he?
No, Joash.
Yeah, Joash is, but
Guy. Oh, you're worried about Tuolangi taking.
Yeah, sorry. I was talking to Andrew's point to downgrade.
Tamarin Martin getting a start. He's very cheap. Or do you look? Can he somehow get to Jamie Humphries?
Yeah, I don't mind that.
Humphries might be better.
I think Boyd's.
What's the price difference with Dewey and Latu? Is it 100 something Ks?
More now.
Is it more now?
No, yeah.
I was going to say, Steve, you got a bit of cash in the bank. I'd just go to Dewey.
Yeah. Charbs, hey lads, what do we think of Hopgood as a swap for Keddy?
Don't mind it.
He's cheap.
How many minutes has Hopgood been getting?
He's been bumped up.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, then I don't hate it.
I just like.
I think
I like Eels players right now.
Yeah.
Well, if you like a para player, just get him.
Yep.
We literally, when me and Lenthy, we were talking about last week when Ball, remember last week when watching the game.
Every year
because we usually in the first half he'd come off say after 25, 30 minutes, and he I'm staying on. He stayed on.
Yeah.
And we're like, oh, this is interesting. And half time, he kept
playing.
Yeah. So that's if he's getting 60, 65, it's a big difference.
Save money. Terry Evans, do I captain Cleary, Katoa, Haas or May?
Oh, jeez.
I'm feeling a bit of captain roulette this week.
I really like. I didn't think about it, but I like Luke's take. I don't mind Herbie. I might have
I think this is the week for Herbie. I really do.
But outside of Herbie, probably Cleary. Yeah, I think Cleary.
And then Pap's back, so is Meany a sell?
Probably.
Yeah, I think if you jumped on Meany, you're laughing.
Yeah.
That was a nice little cash grab.
100%.
The Keg, good to see you. Edwards is here, must have for the run home, back-to-back weeks for 300 metres. I don't like to use the word must have, but he's definitely a trade-in.
I'm going to look at him.
I like what he's been doing.
I can't argue against anyone that wants him.
If only he got points for cartwheels. Minty Mono, hey lads, is Duncan a trade for a pod, maybe Galvin? Well, that's Minty, you're reading my mind.
Minnie and Paulie are just locked into each other.
That's exactly what
It's Paulie's burner underneath the desk here.
Yeah, it's the burner.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd do it.
Yeah.
Let's see if we've got any more questions coming in before we wrap up the show. What are your trades, Andrew, this week? Have you had a chance?
Well, again, I've had a quick look before we jumped on air. So, Fiketti must trade out.
Yeah.
And I was looking at Katoa, but I think you guys have convinced me to look elsewhere.
Yeah. It's a shame
It's
about
not
that.
usually a good sign.
Yeah, maybe I should trust my gut.
Yeah,
every time I listen to Paulie, every time I listen to
Ewan
Paulie.
Aitken?
Nah.
Go on his south, mate.
Yeah, steering clear of South.
And you're going to keep going well.
Yeah, but,
Yeah.
He could, but mate,
I'm just.
they've got the Reaper curse.
Yeah, we're looking at teams who are going to win and going to keep scored points and score tries, and that's who I'm looking at. So Storm, Penrith, anyone, in that top four.
Like it.
Very good. All right, make sure you stay tuned to NRL.com all week. We're going to have heaps of content up there, and of course it's NRLW Magic Round. So
I was going to say, make sure you give the NRLW Magic Round a plug.
You guys going to be up there?
I'll be working.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm also working.
Oh, okay. So no autographs this round? Okay.
Maybe next year.
Okay.
You know, it's a good idea. And of course, we'll be back next Tuesday, 4 p.m. on YouTube. Come here live. Get your question answered. We're happy to
oblige.
That's right. Luke Seifert, Andrew Mononoromi, thanks so
Paulie.
much. I'm Paulie G, and we'll see you again next week. And stay tuned all week long, NRL.com and the app. Bye for now.